Howdy y'all, I'm Al from the South here, and what I'm about to do is a couple different samples of colors in these coasters molds. And look, here's what I got. I have a straight yellow from Beaver Dust, and then I have a lemonade from Countertop Epoxy or Diamond Coat, and then I also have a pearl. Now if you look up here, I'm going to show you these colors again. So we have yellow, pearl, and lemonade. But this one down here is actually the lemonade and pearl mixed together for a custom color. And I'm going to go ahead and pour these out, show you what they look like. We're almost up to temp, but I'm going to go ahead and get everything poured out. So this one is the lemonade plus pearl. It actually looks pretty nice. So the lemonade is kind of like a neon yellow. It's like really bright and up in your face. And by pouring the pearl in here, kind of lighten it up a little bit so it's not as, I guess you can call it, loud in the color world. Oops. Alright, so let me get everything poured out and then we can do a comparison side by side and kind of see what they all look like. This kind of helps pop some of the bubbles a little bit. I don't know if I did a great job mixing earlier before I poured it in here because it kind of looks a little sandy-ish, meaning I did not mix all of the pigment into the epoxy very well. Alright, we're going to kind of just leave this like that. Alright, done with that one. Then I'm going to pour straight yellow. Oh, I'm going to have to split this one up because we have a yellow and then yellow with veins, and then here we have lemonade with veins. So this one I'm going to have to split in half between these two. So this one won't be as thick of a coaster. But we'll do a little bit on here, just yellow. And then we're going over here because I don't want to run out. I don't care if it's a real thin layer. I'm just trying to see what the surface is going to look like. I should have poured more. Yeah, this is a mess. That's why you put something down underneath your work. So when you make a mess, you're not making it all over your own table. Although it's on your table. Actually, let me spread this out a little bit if I can. Get up. Yeah, I miscalculated. I'm a human, I make mistakes. What can I say? I should have poured a little bit more epoxy in here and I forgot. I'm trying to calculate each one having 30 cc's worth of epoxy, and I miscalculated. This one has to share 30 between the two, so it's only about 15 a piece. All right. Just bear with me. We're almost there. Now, right now, these are both the same colors that you're seeing side by side. I do have a little bit more in this coaster mold than I do this one. Okay. So let me get some circles in here like I did on the other one. And the gravity and self-leveling, that will kind of settle itself down. I'm going to do this one the same way. And then we'll move on to the next color. Okay. And then our final one, we have lemonade only. And then I'm going to pour pearl veins over both of these. Sorry if my hands are all up in the way of the screen, but I'm trying to get you guys something good to look at here. Once you see the side by side, you'll be able to tell the difference. Okay, whoa. Let me get that cut back so it's not creating a shadow. Actually, I need that cut. Whoa! Epoxy is sticky when it's gummy, even when it's not gummy. All right, some swirls up in there, and then I'll pour some veins across these. All right, that one in there. Before I go into pearl veins, I do need to pop these bubbles. But if you look, before I even start that process, this is yellow. This is lemonade, and you can see the difference side by side. Now this one is lemonade with pearl, but what I'm going to do is pour some pearl veins on these two, just so you can see the difference. It's so cool when you get to pop the bubbles and watch the epoxy kind of do its little effect. Can't put the heat on there too much though, because if you do, you will burn it. Epoxy does burn. All right, now one of my favorite parts right here is just creating veins, and I'm gonna separate this slightly just so I don't pour veins onto those. I don't mind it getting in these two. All right. So with veins, you don't need a lot. You just put a little bit on a stick. You always start off the piece and just run it across, and then back across again. That creates a vein. Oops. And that's how you make veins in your epoxy. It's simple. You always start off the piece, and you drag it to the other side off the piece, and this is really gummy. It's not even runny. It should be a lot more runny. There we go. There's some runny. All right, let me get what I got left in here and just plop it onto here. There we go. That's a lot thicker. All right, then I'm going to hit it with some alcohol. Oops, hold on. And then watch it dissipate. It's kind of cool. I don't want to fade it too much though, so we'll just leave it kind of like that. And there you have it. You can definitely see the difference in the colors. So here we have yellow on the right and lemonade over here, except for this lemonade has pearl mixed in with it, while this one has pearl laid on top. And this yellow and yellow is the same yellow. This one looks darker though because it's thicker, and I have more volume in this coaster than I do this coaster, but excuse me, the pearl is laid on top, and you can kind of see it only works if you go real thick. If you don't go thick, it's kind of hard to see these stringy lines, so it looks like you want a bigger. I should have had more epoxy on that. Kind of running out though and waiting for my next shipment to come in, so I'll try to salvage what I could, but hopefully you can see the difference here. All right, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Go ahead and subscribe and check out the next video when I post it.